Okay, I cannot believe what I just read about the next few weeks, and I need to talk about this right now because my brain is literally exploding. First of all, Nathan and Lulu, seriously, look, I know Nathan came back from the dead like 3 months ago, and we've all had time to process that shock. But him actively pushing Lulu to take the leap romantically, this is where I draw the line. I mean, yeah, we all got over the initial, oh my god, Nathan's alive phase, and yes, everyone's adjusted to him being back in Port Charles. But Nathan pursuing Lulu of all people, when Maxie's been in a coma this whole time, the audacity of these writers, and I'm sorry, but Nathan, my guy, you've been back for 3 months. 3 months. And in that time, instead of waiting for your wife to wake up, you've decided to start something with Lulu. I get it, you thought you'd moved on. You probably felt abandoned when you first came back, and Maxie wasn't conscious, but come on. It's only been 3 months. The man couldn't just wait. But also, I'm kind of living for the drama of it all. Because think about it, Maxie wakes up on February 12th. Finally, thank you writers for not dragging this out for 6 months. And she's gonna find out that her dead husband has been alive for 3 months. And during that entire time, he's been romancing Lulu, her best friend. While she was unconscious and vulnerable, I mean, are we setting up the friendship implosion of the century here, or what? Like, I know some people are going to say, oh, but Nathan didn't know when Maxie would wake up he had to move on, but it's been 3 months. Not 3 years, 3 months. And can we discuss Britt Westbourne being upset about this pairing? Good. Someone needs to have sense around here. I've always loved Britt. She's got that perfect mix of snark and heart, and I'm glad she's not just standing by watching this train wreck happen. Although wait, isn't Britt dealing with her own medication drama with Cullum? Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, we'll come back to that. But seriously, Felicia and Spinelli contemplating whether to tell Maxie about Nathan when she wakes up. I mean, obviously she knows he's alive by now, right? Everyone in Port Charles knows Nathan's been back for months. So what they're really debating is whether to tell her about Nathan and Lulu before she's strong enough to handle it. And honestly, that's not even a question. You tell her. You tell her immediately. Don't let her wake up and stumble upon them together in some hallway at GH. That would be devastating. We've seen this storyline before on soaps, and it never ends well. Remember when they kept Jason's identity from Sam for like 3 months and she was furious? Yeah, learn from past mistakes, people. Now let's talk about Drew Cain, because oh my god, this man, this poor man. So Willow is drugging him, we all figured that out already, right? And his only hope is Kai Taylor, the person who's supposed to be watching him in the house. I mean, I guess that makes sense. If Kai sees Willow sneaking around with suspicious medication and actually does something about it, maybe Drew can finally break free from this nightmare. But also, how long is this gonna drag out? Drew's been incapacitated for WEKS now, and watching him be this helpless shell of himself is killing me. This is the man who survived prison, who rebuilt his life, who was finally getting somewhere, and now he's being drugged by his own wife. Because let's be real, that's what makes this so twisted. Willow married him. She said vows. And now she's systematically drugging him to keep him compliant or confused or whatever her endgame is. I know some fans are trying to defend Willow like, oh, maybe she's being coerced or maybe there's more to the story, but personally, I'm done with Willow. I've tried to like her, I really have. But this is beyond redemption for me. You don't drug your spouse, you just don't. And the fact that Michael's potentially going to get arrested, probably for breaking into Drew's house with those keys, let's be honest, while Willow's the actual criminal here, the injustice of it all is making me furious. Also, can we acknowledge how Brooke Lynn is about to have a massive outburst about Chase investigating? I love Brooke Lynn, she's one of my favorites, but girl, your man is doing the right thing here. Michael is suspicious, Drew is in danger, and sometimes Chase needs to follow his instincts, even if it puts his career at risk. I get that she's protective and doesn't want him jeopardizing his job again, but this is bigger than that. This is about saving Drew's life. So yeah, I'm predicting a big fight between them, and honestly, I think Chase is gonna stand his ground this time. And he should. Wait, okay, back to the Anna situation, because what is happening there? Anna Devane is in a mental health facility in France because she thinks César Faison is alive. César Faison, the man who's been dead for years. I mean, I love Anna, she's an icon, she's a legend, but this storyline is... it's a choice. It's definitely a choice. And now Dante's probably gonna become police commissioner permanently. I mean, good for Dante, he deserves it, but it feels so sudden. Like Anna's been the commissioner for how long now, and suddenly she's just gone, out of the picture indefinitely. And Emma, seeing her in that frantic, confused state that breaks my heart. Emma's been through so much already, and watching her grandmother spiral must be devastating. But also, is Faison actually alive? Because this IS General Hospital we're talking about, dead doesn't always mean dead around here. Remember when we thought Drew was dead, when we thought Jason was dead, when we thought Nathan was dead and then he came back 3 months ago? So maybe Faison is alive, and Anna's not crazy, she's just the only one who sees it. Although, honestly, I kinda hope not, because bringing Faison back feels like we're retreading old ground. Speaking of retreading old ground, Valentin and Nina. So Charlotte's gonna update Valentin and he might give Nina the benefit of the doubt. After everything Nina's done, Valentin, my dude, I love you, but your blind spot for Nina is ASTR-nomical. This woman has lied, manipulated, and betrayed people left and right. And you're still gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. I know Charlotte probably wants her parents together, and Valentin wants to believe Nina's changed, but has she though? Has she really? I'm skeptical. Although I will say the Danny Morgan sneaky idea to get Charlotte and Valentin together is sweet. Danny's growing up to be such a good kid, and I love that he's looking out for Charlotte. That's the kind of wholesome content we need more of on this show. Just 2 kids trying to reunite a family. It's nice. It's a palate cleanser from all the drugging and fake deaths and romantic chaos. Now, let's discuss Britt's medication situation with Ross Cullum, because this is where things get really dangerous. So, Britt needs her medication, we established. This is literally life or death for her, and she might try to sneak an extra vial out of Windermere, or Jason's gonna sneak in and steal it for her. Either way, Cullum is making increasingly menacing moves, and this man is bad news. I've known it from the start. He's shady, he's dangerous, and now Josslyn's in his crosshairs because he suspects she's WSB. Can we talk about Josslyn being a WSB agent for a second? Because that reveal was everything I didn't know I needed. Josslyn Jack's former wild child, now working for the WSB. It's actually perfect for her character development. She's always wanted to make a difference, she's always been brave, sometimes recklessly so, and now she's literally a spy. But Cullum, figuring it out, puts her in extreme danger, and Brennan's gonna fail his mission to protect her identity. This is setting up for something big, and I'm here for it, but also terrified. Because Josslyn is one of those characters who will absolutely sacrifice herself for the mission, and I don't want to see her get hurt. And Jason putting his life on the line again for Britt. Listen, I ship it. I've always shipped it. Jason and Britt had such good chemistry, and the fact that he's willing to risk everything for her just proves they should be endgame. I don't care what anyone says. Sam, okay, I'm kidding, I love Sam, but still. Jason sneaking into Windermere to steal medication because Britt needs it to survive is exactly the kind of romantic, dangerous, dramatic storyline I watch soaps for. Let's shift gears to the Portia-Curtis situation, because apparently Portia's making an announcement about surrendering to Curtis's paternity test. Demand finally. This has been dragging on forever. Just do the test, get the results, deal with the fallout, and move on. I'm so tired of the back and forth. Either Trina is Curtis's daughter or she's not, but keeping it a secret and fighting about it is helping literally no one. Just rip the band-aid off already. And okay, Molly and Cody, after getting advice from Rick and Tracy respectively, I'm intrigued. I wasn't sure about this pairing at first, but the more I think about it, the more it could work. Molly's been through so much with TJ, and Cody's got that whole reformed bad boy thing going on. They could balance each other out. Plus, Tracy giving Cody advice is peak Tracy. She's gonna tell him to go for it with her signature bluntness, and I'm here for that scene. And Rick advising Molly. That's sweet, actually. I like seeing Rick in dad mode. Rick and Elizabeth going on a dinner date is also interesting. I've always had mixed feelings about Rick. He's done some terrible things over the years, but if he's genuinely changed and trying to be better, maybe he and Elizabeth could work, although I feel like Elizabeth deserves someone who's never been as messy as Rick has been. But you know what? It's Port Charles. Everyone's messy. So maybe they're perfect for each other? Michael and Jacinda Bracken trying to have a romantic dinner, but his arrest might ruin it. Honestly, Michael's love life has been a disaster for years now, so this tracks. The man cannot catch a break romantically. And I'm still not sold on Jacinda as a character. She feels kind of random, but I guess we'll see where this goes. If Michael even makes it to dinner before getting arrested, that is. But back to the BIG storylines, because Drew's situation, Nathan choosing Lulu over Maxie, and Josslyn's WSB cover being blown are clearly the main events here. The Drew storyline has the potential to be huge. If Kai figures out what's happening and gets proof Willow is done, like done. Criminal charges, custody battles, the whole 9 yards. And honestly good. She deserves consequences for what she's doing. I don't care how conflicted or desperate she might be feeling, drugging someone is a crime, period. The Nathan situation is gonna tear poor Charles apart though. I'm calling it now. Maxie versus Lulu is coming and it's gonna be devastating. These two have been best friends for so long. And Nathan being back for 3 months and spending that entire time pursuing Lulu instead of waiting for Maxie is gonna create a rift that might never heal. And Nathan himself, what's his endgame here? Does he really think Maxie's just gonna accept this, that she'll wake up and be like, oh cool, you've moved on with my best friend, no problem. There are gonna be so many explosive confrontations. And the Josslyn Cullum situation, that's a disaster waiting to happen. Cullum is clearly the villain of this arc, and if he knows Josslyn's WSB, she's in legitimate danger. Like life-threatening danger. And Brennan failing his mission means the WSB isn't gonna swoop in and save her. She's gonna have to save herself, probably with help from Jason or Carly or someone, and it's gonna be intense.